What's up everybody, and welcome to another video with the Bash Brothers. In this video we're going to be doing a deep dive into a Memecoin case study, a developer who took $16,000 and turned it into $15 million plus on paper within 24 hours using launching his own Memecoin project. Okay, so this video is for you if you are looking to invest your money into some of these projects and you want to know if they're a safe project, or if you're a developer and you want to learn the systems that you can use to create a successful Memecoin project. Today, the project that we're going to be diving into is solely on Sol. So as you can see, these guys have done 700,000 is in liquidity, and the market cap is sitting at $57 million right now. So they launched just over a day ago, and as you can see, I took a screenshot here. They did 1,000,000% in 24 hours. All right, so that's like a 10,000x. If you jumped in this, if you had sniped this, chuck in $1 and it would be $10,000 if my math is correct. Okay, so hugely successful project. Right now it's shot up, and this is holding, this floor is holding, which means there's consolidation, buying and selling happening in this area. But it's not this pump and dump stuff, right? So we want to know if this project's safe, if you're wanting to invest in it. Also, if you're a developer, how did this guy do it? Okay. By the way, the developer, I jumped in his Twitter, I found him as the owner of the the Telegram, and then that led me onto his Twitter. And it's this guy. His name is Wisdom Wolf Ice. I don't know who this guy is, but he's got a pretty decent following, 192,000 followers, and he publicly announced to these guys, I'm doing my own project. Everyone jump in on it. That's one sign that this is going to be a pretty decent project, because when you have a huge ass following, if you go and dump on everyone, you destroy your brand, right? This guy, I'm sure, doesn't want to do that because this is valuable to him. Okay, so that will give you a little bit of security if you're wanting to invest in a project. But he came out, I mean, he's just created all this content himself, and then released the token address to these guys, and everyone's bought into it. All right, so back over here, transactions, top traders. If we want to learn if it's a safe project to get into, this is like the level 1 stuff. People have already taken profit, a lot of people. Holders is pretty decent distribution. Liquidity is locked over here. We will jump up to the bubble maps, and you'll find even over here, there seems to be a pretty decent distribution of token supply. There's nothing shady, nothing crazy going on here. But I can tell you this much, guys. This dev is smart, and he's done something that a lot of people will not know about in order to create so much success, like $1 million increase within 24 hours. Okay, and this is holding here. Why is it holding? Because the dev has done something. All right, so let's dive into it. This is wrong. All right. We go over to SolScan. Straight off the bat, everything looks good. 75% burned. What else we got here? Top 10 wallets own 11%. Bundle sniped 103%. Okay, so what does this mean? What happened? How was this done? Is it okay? Is it good? Is it bad? If I'm a developer, how do I do it? Let's dive into it. So what we want to do is we want to take a deeper dive into SolScan, and we'll see what's going on over there. Now SolScan's been playing up the last day or two, not showing all the transfers, so hopefully today everything's working all good. Alright, so first thing we want to see is this guy. He has added liquidity of 1 billion tokens for 8 sol. All right, so I actually put together this. He's got 1 billion tokens and he has put in 8 sol into liquidity, right? So he put the whole liquidity, so the whole token supply into the liquidity pool, right? Now here's another interesting detail. What we want to do is back here, we want to check out when this took place. Very, very important details. Check out the time, right? Or the block, but time 19:37:27. So we want to chuck that in here. So we'll put that 19:37:27. Is that what it was? 19:37:27, right? So just saying at 19:37:27, he threw the whole supply in of 1 billion tokens and threw 8 sol as the initial liquidity to create the liquidity pool. Okay, all right, now what we want to do is let's try and figure out where he minted these. So what we want to do is jump over to actions, go to mint. Solscan is probably one of the best places to do your research. Alright, so he minted it with this account. Alright, where are we at? Let's just actually just filter for mint and burn. Alright. Okay, so there we go there. That's where he sets up the liquidity pool with the 8 sol and the 1 billion tokens, right? So this guy's put the whole supply in. So what we're saying is that he didn't reserve any tokens for himself. He just threw the whole supply of tokens into the liquidity pool, which as a developer is quite a pretty smart play, because what you're saying is that, hey guys, I'm letting everyone have a fair share of the liquidity of the token supply. I'm just going to jump in and be like you guys, and we're all going to jump in and buy up this thing together, right? That's what he's showing on the surface. However, if we do a deeper dive, we can see that this developer has been up to some funny business. So we come back over to here, we see the holders. Let's get this top guy and let's see what this fella's been up to, okay? There's a few more tricks that these guys do, which is they snipe their own supply, but they make it look like they're just random investors that are also trying to get in early, when in reality they've got an unfair advantage because they develop the token. They get first dibs even before snipers, right? So where are we at? Let's check out and see what's going on here. All right. Okay, hold on. What we want to do is alright, so we've got this top token, this one right here, and we're trying to figure out, okay, where did they get their tokens from and when did they buy them, most importantly. So this account here, they don't have much history. That's another red flag for an account. If it's a brand new account, they've chucked in 48 sol, right? 47 sol went to purchasing this token straight off the bat, and they got 20.844 20 million, so 20.8 million tokens is what they got. So what we want to do is we want to jot this down. So I put together a little chart. What's the wallet address? So F7D. Let's see where we're at. So F7D. What they got was how much? Let's pull this chart out. Okay, so 20.8 million is how much they got. Okay, so we'll go 20.8 million tokens, which is worth how much? Let's take a look. So 7,100, just over $7,000. Okay, so what we want to do is we just want to keep tabs of this. Okay, $7,000. All right. Now, most importantly, when did this take place? Let's check the time on this, because we know what time the liquidity pool was created. Now we want to see what time this was created. So 19:37:27. Oh, where we at? So now, guess what? 19:37:27 is when it was creating. Is when this was brought up. So you can see that it happened on the very second that this that the liquidity pool was created. Okay, the only way that this can happen is if this guy had sniped it with software, and the only way it can happen pretty much on the same block at the exact same time is if it was the developer. So this is the developer. All right, and I've picked up these other wallets to show the same thing, because what we want to do as well, we'll come back here and you'll start, if you go down here, you'll start to see some fishy business, right, with some of these wallets. Do you see all this stuff here? 979797. This is a clear sign that this guy has some distribution software where he set up all these rat wallets to take on some of the supply, even though they didn't buy it initially. Okay, so if we jump over to back over here, we can trace all of these wallets. Let's go back to the token. Actually, let's go to this token, right, and we go to holders, and let's see, right, so you've got a 2%. So we know that this guy here, this is the developer. Okay, we don't know about this yet, we don't know about this yet, we don't know about this yet, but look at this. Look at all these 9 million tokens. 9 million, 9 million, 9 million, and it keeps going. Let's keep going, shall we? And let's see. Look at all this. Every single one of these wallets is 1%. Okay, and then it finally stops here. But then you still got some pretty big plays here. 4.5, 4.5, 4, 3.5, right? There's some fishy business going on here, right? So to save you guys all the drama of going through it all, I've tracked it back to 3 different wallets. So instead of going through all of these, what we'll do is that we'll go back over here and I'll show you guys both of these wallets and what they hold. Okay, so let's come back over here. Let's chuck in, actually I'll do it on this one. Let's chuck in this wallet address and let's see what's going on over here. So they hold nothing at the moment, right? Because look, 9 million, 9 million, 9 million. This is the wallet that's responsible for setting up all the rat wallets. And they've just divvied up all these 9 millions. 6 million, 9 million. See all the 4.5s? 5.6 million. You see, these developers are lazy. They come up with round numbers. if they were smart, they would do just random numbers, but instead they round their numbers so it's easy to see. Stupid dev, right? So let's go back to the start and let's see what these guys did, how much they put in. So once again, they threw in 31 sol, and then they used 30 sol to buy up. Oh, look at that. Oh, sneaky dev. What the hell? Okay, so 30 sol, let's check this out. Let's do a deeper dive into it. So 30 sol, that's $4,500. What wallet is it? What wallet address is it? CE. Okay, so it's this one. So how much do they put in? So 30 sol, they chucked in 30 sol, and it was for $4,500, right? 4500. All right. Now, most importantly, when did this happen? Let's check it out, shall we? Let's check it out. Better not be the same time. Oh, wait. 19, 37, 27. Okay, cool. So we're starting to see a picture here, hey? Right. The plot thickens though, guys. Sorry, so 30 sol. How much supply did they get? That was the sol. 789 million. Okay, so let's just put this into perspective, guys. 789 million. There's only 1 billion tokens available, guys. 20.8 million. Chuck that there. Alright, so we've got one more address. So, and if you want to know, like, how did you find that wallet? Well, it's easy. All you do is come through here. You look at some of these you look at some of these wallets that look fishy because they've got the same amount as everyone else, right? They got the same amount as everyone else. You just go and take a look at their wallet address. Where did they get it from? And then you click on that wallet address, and if it's then you ask where did they get it from, and you'll always trace it back to the main wallet that buys up the tokens. Okay, so it's real simple. Anyways, so moving on, let's go through our last wallet. We've got this one here. Okay, so where are we at, brother? All right, let's chuck it in here. Same thing, man. Once you learn these skills, guys, you can do your own research, you know, and you'll be able to see what these devs get up to. So this guy chucked in this wallet here, chucked in 36, spent 35, and got 100 million tokens. Okay, so 100 million tokens. How much money? So 35 sol. How much is that? 5,300. Okay, 5,300, and they got 100 million. And most importantly, what's the time that they got it? You'll see the block as well if you guys, you know, I don't want to take too long here, but just look at the time. But it'll be on the same block as well that this transaction occurred. It'd be like a bundled transaction. So 19, 37, 27. Sneaky dev. So let's just get this straight, okay? This dev has just launched a token, right? He announced it to his group of nearly 200,000 people. He's like, yeah, fair launch, man. We're going to launch this token. I'm going to be such a nice guy that I'm going to put the whole token supply into the liquidity pool so that everyone has a fair share. Don't worry about the marketing, guys. Don't worry about the marketing budget and, like, you know, fees for all that stuff, holding anything in reserve. Don't worry about it. But then he goes and gets 5,000, 7,000, 4,500. How much is that? So 5,000, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's just call it 16.5K, right? $16.5 thousand. And then he buys up how much supply? 78%. So pretty much he's bought up 90% of the entire supply. He owns 90% of the entire supply. Now, if you want to know why the chart looks the way it does, right? The reason why this chart looks the way it does is because he's holding the whole thing up, because he owns everything. He owns majority of the supply. So now people are getting in, they can't dump the project. That's why it's holding up, right? Now, a lot of people will be like, oh, I don't want to get involved with someone who holds the majority of the supply. Well, this is why one of the main things you should look into is, before you put your hard-earned money somewhere, is you've got to understand who the dev is, right? So if this dev has intentions to take this thing to the next level, if he's got incentives not to dump on you, then it could be a good thing, because he can now control this, and this becomes a part of his brand. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if this dumps here, right, and he dumps on everyone, then his brand sucks and everyone will hate him, right? Whereas now he's got majority of the supply, he can control what this chart looks like. People are making money, everybody's happy, and more importantly, he is absolutely killing it. Now, obviously, he can't just cash out, this whole thing here, because he would just dump the whole thing, right? But on paper, pretty much, he owns roughly around about $15 million, right? Now, if he was smart, he would do something very, very similar to what the people on Brett have done. The people on Brett have done, and I'll show you what Brett have done. I'll do actually another video on this one. Yeah. Okay, let's go over here. So Brett, these guys, the dev team behind this, not many people know this, right? But it's the same thing. See this guy here? This is a rat wallet, which means that these guys snipe their own supply and then they transferred it over to this wallet, and this wallet is slowly siphoning money out of the market without tanking the project. Where we at, man? So freaking slow. Okay. So this is the same thing, and people are like, oh, this project has been fudded and all that during this point here. But in reality, a lot of it was these guys were starting to take money out of the market. So they were building up the project. They've been listing with all these different sexes and stuff. So overall, this here is what potentially could happen with this other project that I was just talking about before. So the main takeaways, guys, is you got to know the developer that you're getting involved in. Know their intentions, right? Buying up a supply or even a majority supply isn't necessarily a bad thing. That's why I'm saying you got to know their intentions. And obviously this guy, he's intending to hold this price up because he hasn't even started selling. None of his wallets have started selling yet. What he would probably wait for is to get enough money to try and get this to go up to another level, and then he'll start to take some profits out of some of these wallets. That's what I'm assuming he's going to do if he's smart. So once again, guys, do your own research on your projects. If you're looking to get into your own Memecoin project and you want some help getting things sorted, we've got systems in place that can replicate exactly what this guy's done. We've got the scripts and the tools that where you can snipe up your own supply if you want. We do have a pretty thorough check that we do with people, because we don't want people to screw other people over at the end of the day. That's not what we're about, okay? We want transparency, and we want people to people to develop a bit more trust in the game, that there are some good developers out there, that people want to they want to get ahead in life. They want to, you know, feed their families, take care of their families, and that's what we're all about. Okay, guys? So I hope you guys learned from this project. I hope you learned from this developer, sneaky guy. He's obviously killed it. He's doing really, really well for himself. So on that note, I'll see you guys in the next video.